button. Button's been hit. Get it? So,
Man, you are good at hitting buttons.
yeah, you should see me when I type, right? Because that's hitting buttons. You should see me smash that like button.
What other buttons were you hitting there?
Sometimes the delete key. Sometimes I mess up. Sometimes I hit tab and it does different things.
All right.
You know, sometimes I want to move forward in my life. Sometimes I just want to get in a different vehicle. And that is a farm sim and typing joke.
We have the best you know what? Speaking of typing, this title on this stream today.
Yeah. Should I tell them all the other ones that you didn't let me use?
Why are you blaming this on me? What did I ever do to you?
Because this is the only one that you said yes to.
I mean,
you came up with it.
You make it sound like I'm the boss of this whole thing. Did you get it that time?
No.
You're doing great. Sunshine, you're doing great.
I got a fruit fly in my office today, so if you guys see me completely go off track and try to clap, those two very specific things together, they may happen separately, but they're none related to the bug in other cases. I just realized
go off track and try to clap.
Yeah, looks like I got a really big forehead right now. I don't like it.
What if I talking? Look at the size of this thing.
Yeah, there we go. Not.
I don't have a zoom on mine. I kind of actually do. Hang on.
I was about to say I'm using OBS to do the zoom.
Oh. Am I just stretching myself? I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know.
Welcome to this high quality piece of entertainment today, folks, with Klutch and DJ playing with their cameras. Could be worse. It could be much worse.
And didn't we do this last week? I was in a different room last week.
We did. We definitely were moving the cameras around last week.
Yeah, we were.
We were playing Farm Sim last week, which is the first time that's ever happened. Well, not the first, but pretty much.
First time it's happened in a long time. If you are new here, welcome to the Farm Sim Show podcast. We don't play the game. First and foremost, this is not a gameplay material type of place. It is a place where two idiots talk about farming simulator related content and try and catch bugs when they fly around the room. I'm gonna get it. Stream's rated PG for pretty good. Not great, but it's good enough.
It's really going to be interesting one today. I don't know if PG is even going to be rating today.
Yep. GE is good enough.
It's good enough. The new streams are just rated GE today, guys.
Yep.
If you know, you know.
You did. We have a great thumbnail. I don't know if you have seen personally the thumbnail for the show today.
If I have?
Yes.
I 100% have. I just clicked on your video or your live stream. I'm hanging out there. I mean, that's a great look, by the way.
Yeah. Look at this. Look at this.
Why does it look like is there a nipple I'm about to suck on there? It looks like I'm about to suckle.
Look at this. It just disappears from like one side to another. But like, you know what's even crazier? I can bring it in from that side again. I'm playing with OBS. I'm sorry. There we go. We're just gonna do that. This is the show now, right here. Hang tight.
It looks like Klutch has had one too many brown waters in that picture, to be perfectly honest. No, I love you more.
What are you guys doing?
I love you.
My name's Klutch, and I like pineapple and taquitos.
Why taquitos?
I don't know, man. Leave me alone.
I thought
if you've ever been excited about a podcast that was about nothing, but was still fairly enjoyable, you're gonna have a great day today. You're gonna have so much fun.
Sounds like your love life right there.
Shut up. God, leave me alone. But if you were looking for solid, legitimate, and logical farming simulator content, whether it be released to Farm Sim 22 or whatever's next or previous, it's gonna be like my hair. It's gonna be real thin. So, we do have that big announcement
we were waiting for, right?
Oh, the announcement. That's right. We didn't talk about that.
We didn't.
We gotta tell them about the announcement.
We should probably tell them at some point about the announcement.
Yeah. There's other stuff we should probably tell them about first, though.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes today. I mean, it's another Farm Sim Show Friday where we're gonna figure out exactly everything that's happened in the last week. And I mean, there's some stuff to talk about. There's lots of stuff not to talk about.
We talked about that stuff last week.
You know, we did. We could talk about that a bit more.
Yeah.
Because there's stuff that happened about that this week that happened to you personally.
Dude, I had things that happened to me personally this week. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Anyways, what's in the box? What's in the box?
There's cicadas, evidently, because they're everywhere.
See, I'm glad I don't have that. So I don't know. I don't know how far we want to go with telling right. Should we go with the intro first?
Well, guys, it's a new year, so it's a perfect time for us to talk about G-Portal premium game servers. So why exactly do I use G-Portal to host my multiplayer games? Well, guys, that's easy. They get you online immediately. They have the easiest to use server management system. And of course, they have that top-notch 24-hour, 7-day-a-week support. G-Portal game servers have up to 25 gigabytes of mod space, and they are cross-play compatible, which allow PC and console players to play together. So pick up your G-Portal game server today. Use the link down in the description and get 10% off right now.
The energy of that ad was just way higher than anything else is going to be.
And it's like it's the Christmas, it's like the New Year's ad too, right? That's the one we played there. Good job.
So normally Klutch is, I guess you would call the producer. So anytime we have things that change or music that changes or if anything changes other than some idiot doing this, that's me. But anything else is Klutch. And I pushed all the buttons today before he could.
You know what? It worked out well. We haven't done that one for a while, so I'm glad we did that one.
I love that one.
I mean, I put a lot of work into that at one point in time.
Yep. And I'm pretty sure the one that I did, I recorded 2 years ago.
There we go. Anyways, go get your G-Portal game server link down in the description. What animated Klutch said in there. There you go.
Yep. G-Portal, they stood by us even through this last DLC, and we're excited to share the good news, even with that DLC.
The good news.
The good news. So yeah, check them out. Speaking of good news, announcements. Oh, they didn't see this. I don't even know if we saw the same thing. There was a lot of room up for interpretation. Mainly, I don't know what you're talking about.
Hang on a second.
Okay. This is riveting content, by the way.
There we go. Okay. Are you ready?
Well, I don't have anything in private chat or Discord, so whatever it is, I'm totally unready for.
There's nothing been announced yet for Farm Sim 25
or whatever it's going to be. Wait, was that the... Wait, so you got me with that too? You suck. All right, well, that we've just lost half the people watching there.
Let's be honest. I think we're both thought we'd have an announcement by now.
Yeah. How many
weeks can we do this for? Like seriously, I'm getting flabbergasted. Giants, you guys got to come clean with us here at some point and be like, okay, guys. Hold your, saddle your britches. Is that the saying?
Saddle up your britches.
That doesn't sound right. Anyways,
but
figure out like something's coming, or we got something coming down the pipe, or no, there's nothing coming this year. Like we kind of need to know at this point because every week we sit across from each other right here and be like, "You're looking the wrong way. Try looking the other way." There we go. That's better. You're doing better. DJ, what's going on with the next Farm Sim?
I don't know. That didn't work. It just looks awful. All right, so here's some speculation days I had. Let's count on the ones I've gotten wrong so far.
I'm completely wrong. All mine, I'm out of speculation dates right now, guys. So
for the people saying that was a big letdown, it was for me too. I thought we had something to talk about. I was excited. Thursday, January 25th, was not a day that anything happened.
you thought January?
Yep. Monday,
It's-
March 25th, was not a day that anything happened. I had Reuben sandwiches with my grandparents on Thursday, April 25th. However, nothing else happened. Actually, I have Reuben sandwiches in my thing here. That was the big speculation day. I was like, all right, April 25th for sure.
April 25th was the date.
And-
Well, I originally had March, actually. March 25th, I think it was in my head, or around there.
Yeah. But, like, the thing is, as well, is usually Giants doesn't keep things from us.
Yeah.
So, like, I knew that there was nothing to be announced on the 25th unless it was a surprise.
Yeah.
And there's not much that's a surprise. So, that's why I released my Farm Sim 25 video. But remember, one of us also released a Farm Sim 21 speculation video and put a Ford F450 on the front of it. Now, I don't know which one of us it could have been, but that's definitely something I would have done.
That sounds a little clickbaity to me, if you ask me, but whatever.
That was a good video.
It was a video.
It was a video. So, like, my next.
According to Trucker Matsy, so don't believe a word of this, game will be delayed. All new games are struggling with 4K stuffs. I don't buy that. That's not true, Matsy. I think you can take that and take a hike with it. Just saying. I don't believe him.
Yeah.
I think he lies.
I mean, it's hard to delay something that's never been announced. All right, so here's my next day. Don't believe a word he says. Here's more speculation that no one can confirm. So in May, there's really nothing here. No dates that line up with anything.
What
I mean-
what was that, a weekend on the 25th this year?
Yeah, it's a Saturday. So, and I have visitors coming into town that week. So I
Yeah,
couldn't
they can't do it then.
I couldn't do a video then, even if they wanted me to. So
Giants, you should do it then.
don't. So it says Farm Sim 22 is 4K. I was like, yeah, I play 4K on everything. So June 25th is a Tuesday. However, that's freaking June.
Well, that seems like if it comes out, that seems so late. Like I called April and I said, if they don't come out, if there's no announcement by the end of April, we're not getting a new Farm Sim this year. That's what I originally said.
I also have a date written down for May 21st on Tuesday. It says FS 25 day.
Why May 21st or April?
Yeah. Is that a Kermit? Did you tell me to write something down I'm not supposed to that I forgot? Well, if I did, it's ruined now. So, hey, yeah, all right.
Yeah, like May long weekend, right? You guys have May long weekend down there, don't you?
May long weekend?
Yeah.
Memorial Day?
Yeah, Memorial Day is. You guys, It's a long weekend for you too. Okay. I couldn't remember if it was just Canadians or not.
Canada. Yeah, it's was it the 27th?
Is it a European
Yeah.
holiday as well? I don't know.
May
Anyways,
27th. I don't think so. Oh, maybe.
it's got to be because it's Victoria Day up here. So that's, well, England at least. So I don't know what would be in the rest of Europe though. Anyways,
Fair enough.
I don't know. Like I said, guys, I said if you don't hear it by the end of April, we're not getting an announcement. That's what I said originally. So do I still believe it? I sure do not want to right now.
Corporate Cal's been on me for weeks, dude. Every day in every video. Never fails. Killing me, dog. It's every single time. They've actually messaged it like I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. I was like, keep it coming, it's hilarious.
Shots fired.
And it got worse
You know what?
after I said that.
That goes by my motto: chirp hard, chirp early, chirp often.
Definitely often.
Rules of engagement.
Hey, virtual farmer. What's up, man? VF should be going live here in like 13 minutes or something. Check him out. He had a birthday the other day. Did you know he's a year older now?
Well, that's how birthdays work.
In the last week, he's gotten a year older.
Where do you go with that?
That's where I was.
I don't know. Anyways,
He goes, well, this is a bit confusing.
very confusing.
Don't let
Well,
it be
you know what?
confusing.
We thought we had an announcement to talk about, but we don't this week. I thought for sure we'd have something this week. I thought
Yeah.
like after last week, I'm like, okay, DLC's announced. They're gonna throw a trailer out this week. No,
You guys suck.
nice work, guys. Keep on going after him. I love it.
Oh, it's awful. All right, let's talk about something else that's awful, but we've already squashed that bug. So now let's kind of pat it on the head and say, did you learn your lesson? The DLC got a little bit of a fix on Tuesday for the public release. There was
fix though.
I can't believe they actually posted a changelog for it. Or no, they didn't post a changelog for it. However,
It was
the
stuff on
change
the website,
was-
wasn't there?
it's not on the website, but they posted on their Discord. It's like the only place I saw them post about it. They added sulfuric acid HUD icon, which is something we all missed. They improved the English translations, which is great because the original text is in Dutch. They fixed the washing drum, which was not working before, which should have been the first change. And collisions and visual fixes on various placeables.
So they fixed some collisions, but they didn't fix the other broken stuff.
Or just haven't yet. I said last week that in its current in its current state, I would have thought it would have been between 1 and 2 months away from release still, right? So now we're in a great position to see how fast can Giants QA and DMI, and I'm going to continue to call them Dutch Modding Inc. instead of Design Modeling and Innovation because their design was crap, their modeling was crap, but their innovation was yesterday. So let's see how fast they could do it. My guess was 1 to 2 months.
What a mess of a DLC that was. I don't think anybody had. There was some people obviously that had some high hopes for it. Like I think you were telling me there's some European forums or people in the European side that were kind of somewhat excited for it. I never heard anybody in my community say, "Oh, they can't wait to have this."
Yep. Yeah. Really the only things were the warehouse, which turned out to be a total flop.
That was the only thing I was kind of like, yeah, this is kind of cool. We got like an official Giants warehouse of sorts now. It's gonna work great.
Yeah. But then we also already have different versions of warehouses, which I've found a bunch of really cool ones and grabbed my favorite 5.
It work the way you would expect them to. Yeah,
except for one. I actually had to watch a Looney Farm guy video because I loaded it up and I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great, this is gonna be super cool. And I started using it. I was like, I don't know how to use it. The triggers are just gone. There are no triggers.
And it's just a building.
But you have to open up one door at the end, and then the trigger popped.
Oh, okay.
So I made sure to show that off, and pow. So anyway,
that's better.
Yeah, I love the sell points for the new DLC. Love them.
I bet you could make billions of dollars by doing nothing,
dude. And it's so random. The randomness is insane.
I was gonna try and figure out if there was any method to the madness, like if there was a certain reason, like if you sold eggs 1 month and then waited 6 months, like if that would trigger other ones to do something different. I don't know, because it feels like that's what it does, but I don't know.
In one day, I went from getting a normal amount for milk, and then I got 44,100,000 something like that per liter, or for 1,000 liters for milk the next day, but it only took like 800,000 or 800 liters, whatever it was. And then the next day it was like 500 and some $million. And then it just goes
it's so game breaking though. Like it just completely breaks any playthroughs if you're doing it, if you're using those. It's so unfortunate because the funny thing is, like, I actually don't even mind like I'd want the prices to be inflated a tiny little bit, right? It makes sense to be, if you can only sell 5 of a thing on these given days, it's kind of random by market demands. It makes sense that it's inflated a little bit, right? You could sell 5 of them for double the average going price of this thing. Sure, that would make sense. Yeah. But all of a sudden it goes to $1 billion. Like, oh,
I heard something very interesting the other day. Tell me what you think about this.
Right.
I can't. I don't remember where I had it. It was one of two places. Fortunately, we could figure it out really easily. The
Okay.
first of the places would have been Virtual Farm
Yep.
in his birthday live stream. Either there or on the WAN show from Linus Tech Tips from last week,
Okay.
which I listened to while I was mowing the yard the other day.
Story checks out.
So it's one of the two, and I guess we'll find out soon. But basically, it was saying that totally cool with having paid DLCs, and no matter what's in it, as long as stuff's cool, that's fine. But anything in the DLC, if you're going to charge me money for it, it better be OP, because if you're going to make me pay for something, it better be pay to win. I'm starting to think it was not VF right now.
I don't agree with that at all. Not in Farm Sim, at least. I don't
Not
agree with
in
that
Farm
any game, to
Sim,
be
but,
perfectly
like,
honest.
it should be worth it. So, like, I'm cool with the sell prices if, like, the first day that you put them down. And if they just kept those prices, I'd be so cool with it, because it's not OP. Yeah, you're getting $10,000 instead of $3,000 per liters, but you can't sell 1,000,000 liters either. You can sell 600 liters.
That's what I'm saying. Though. Like I'm saying, if it's a couple, double the normal price of a product, I'm good with that.
VF wasn't me.
But like when it goes to the prices it goes to for half these things, like when you get $1 billion for one carton of eggs,
It's just silly.
it wrecks the difficulty of the game completely, and it makes it so it's like it's not even. I don't know. Like if you're the type of person who plays without going with all the cheaty mods and plays somewhat seriously realistic-ish, ignore this guy, then that DLC kind of wrecks. If you put those down, it's going to wreck the game on you. Unfortunately, it could wreck a whole playthrough.
Yeah, I want to do a all Giants base game and DLCs and everything. By the way, did you know there's no Combine Harvester DLC? There's not been a single Combine Harvester that's released in DLC. I've gone through everything.
Yeah, nothing. What was there?
Who
Because in
does
19 we had the Kloss, the Kloss pack,
Yeah.
and that was the first.
that
that
was
was the
the
only
first
ones, though, right?
Yeah, that was the year one DLC.
Like, what would
Year
you?
one expansion.
I mean, Gleaner, I guess, could be a DLC that you could get with combines in.
But see, Gleaner is like evidently totally fine. I just heard from Giants that that it's just not been something that anybody's submitted. Nothing. So my only guess would be that Sid Modding, who worked for Giants for a very short amount of time in the Brno office, decided that he wanted to Gleaner, or found out that Gleaner was cool, but nobody was making mods for it. It's the only thing I can think of.
I find that bizarre. Well, I mean, there's PC mods out there, of course. They're fairly old. Like, it's interesting because I think there's two or three of them that I've seen, but none of them are really super high quality. They seem like they're like Farm Sim 19 or 17, possibly even like that generation of textures. So
I don't know. They may be talking about you on that one,
there's no beard.
Mr. Mustache.
I only got the stash right now. It's my 3 days of growth on the stash. We'll see.
We need to
We'll see
get
if we can
you.
grow it out a bit.
You kind of look like an extra on Super Troopers. I mean, one of the guys in the
I mean,
background.
can I get a liter of cola?
You look like the stunt double of the backup. There we go.
No, see, that answers that question right there.
What? Crap. That it.
Oh, the TX32 was a DLC, and was that 17 Virtual Farmer? Was that 17 or 15?
I would have to say 15. I don't remember it being a DLC in 17. However, it was base game in 19, and Giants made it as a mod in 22.
But you're right, though. We don't see a lot of combines that make it in as DLCs. But I mean, there's as the grand scheme of the lineup of equipment that's available for Farm Sim.
Yeah.
And real life equipment, there's only so many combines in real life as well.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot less of those than everything else, typically, right? But
Still.
I don't know. I'm not sure what. Yeah, I don't know what else we're missing. Like, chat. What other combines are out there that we're missing? I mean, the North American market for sure has not got a lot of other ones.
He said it was a DLC for 17. All right.
I don't remember it either. I didn't play a lot of 17 to be perfectly honest. There you go.
Giants have taken away all the DLC for 17 on the
On their page. Yeah.
Oh, I know somewhere I could find it. Steam. By the way, I'm not saying go buy the game on Steam because I'm not allowed to. against my that may be the closest I've been to getting in trouble right there. That. All right, so they had the Platinum DLC, Big Bud, the K Brand,
Yep.
Ropa. That's it? Wait.
Does
Or do
Kubota
you-
have a tracked combine? What? What are you talking about? I have never seen a Kubota. I've never seen a Kubota combine in real life. Are you sure?
Those are the only ones that are showing up. Yeah, those are all the DLC. Oh, it says featured. Maybe list?
I don't know what he's talking about. But
Yeah, those are the only. Ooh, upcoming releases. Ah, darn, nothing for Farms of 17. Maybe in 15. Farms of 15? I think it was 15. Although I have no way of being right. Oh, there was a JCB add-on? That's awesome. There's a New Holland loader pack? That's so cool. The New Holland pack. There we go. Yeah, for Farms at 15. Man, there was such cool stuff. Like, all the DLC stuff for 15 was super cool. There was 6 things here.
well, and back then too, when you get new pieces of equipment, it was all stuff that we've never seen in Farm Sim before too, half the time, right? You'd be like, oh yeah, this is great.
Yeah. I mean,
and same with 19 too. Like almost all the DLCs.
Yeah.
I mean, do you remember how excited the community was when 19 launched? When John Deere was announced for it, though.
Yeah, I was pumped. I mean, it was enough to where I woke up and did a live stream of the video.
I think you did it on Lone Oak, didn't you, with a bunch of John Deere PC mods, and you're showing off the stuff that was in it.
I tried to get you to do it with me, but we couldn't get the multiplayer to work.
Yeah.
And then the community ripped me apart because they're like the worst John Deere mods.
Because you didn't know which ones to grab. That's right.
I don't know which ones. I went a PC player then. I didn't know anything.
Yeah, because there was a lot. I mean, there was so much to go through to try and find the right ones. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I stand corrected. Farming Simulator 17 had the Modern Classics Community DLC. If I remember correctly, the Modern Classics was a Matt XJX. There we go. Yeah. And that New Holland Combine was in that pack.
Yeah, there's nothing in Kubota under combines. I was just like, I've never heard of Kubota making a combine before. That would be new, and there's nothing new.
Yeah, and there's never a combine in the parking lot of the local Kubota dealers.
No, I went and double checked their website to make sure, because their biggest tractor is still the M8, and that's only 200 horsepower. That's the biggest thing they make. They got some interesting stuff I haven't seen before though. The M6H, what is that for? Anyways, stuff that I even didn't see when I was at the conference 2 years ago. You should have been there, DJ. It was fun.
Oh man, if only they would have invited me. That would have been so cool.
I mean, you could have just come down, right?
I could have, but I don't think they'd let me in.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, they'd be like, "Which dealership do you work for?" No.
I've got a Kubota. You could have just said you have one.
Yeah, but nobody
That
wants
would've
to
been
hear
enough.
me keep saying that.
I mean, everybody listens to you say it half the time, anyways.
It's the Gertie Rider 2020. Love that
Exactly.
tractor.
I don't think they make those anymore, by the way. You better get a new one.
The GR 2020.
Yeah,
They'll work on it.
better upgrade.
I don't want an upgrade. It works fine, and I just paid it off a couple months ago.
Time to upgrade.
I don't have to pay for it anymore. I'm done.
It's time for an upgrade.
Evidently, Kubota does make a combine. VF is just on a roll right now, sending me stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
I have
It's
not
not a
seen one
combine.
before.
It's a rice harvester.
Oh, that doesn't count.
No. Speaking of, I had rice as a crop that somebody wanted to see for the next game, base game. We have maps with rice, or at least one. Italy rice.
Do we have a picture of an actual rice harvester? I've never seen what a real life rice harvester looks like. You got something you can put up on stream?
Yeah, give me a second. There we go. I sent you one picture on Discord, but it's don't say anything. It's just super funny, and I had to I'm an awful. Oh, it's just. Oh, it's so funny. All right, no, that's a rice harvester. This is a rice harvester. There you go.
Really? Wow. Wow. Well, that's a rice harvester, eh? Interesting.
Rice harvester.
All right. It looks like a cotton harvester
A little baby cotton harvester.
but it's got like it looks like it's got a pipe on it instead.
Yeah. I think it's like a cross between a cotton harvester and a grape harvester.
Interesting.
Wonder if Oxbow makes one of those.
I would maybe. I mean, they do make some weird stuff, so you never know. Rice is I mean, there's not many other crops out there that I'd be like, oh, we need to have this. And rice is a pretty big crop worldwide. I would have said we should have had rice before grapes and olives, personally.
Okay.
So I'd be okay with that.
If you type in rice harvester Xbox, which I didn't mean to type in Xbox, I meant Oxbow, but I spelled it wrong.
Yeah.
2 of the top 3 videos are from me. King May,
Shocker.
who does really good stuff. He's first. My fast farming and chaffing on Xbox One video. The next one's rice harvest part 1.
What
Why
did
did
you do
I
with
do-
rice harvest?
I don't know. It's the title of this video is part 1, rice harvest with realistic mods on American Life Farming. I don't feel like that's me. Why would none of that is something that I would have done. It's 35 minutes long. Yeah, that explains it. Man, I was skinny back then. I didn't eat much. Anyway.
So you've already done a video with rice harvesting at some point.
Or part 2. I don't know.
I don't remember American Life having rice as a crop type, but must have.
Something. Anyway.
We have American Life is not. He didn't make it for 22, did he? It's only 19, right?
Yeah. See, peanuts. That's the one I see the most. Rice is highly requested, but peanuts is the thing that a lot of people want to see.
Why peanuts? I don't know how to harvest peanuts, to be perfectly honest, but
I don't either. Yeah, we'll Google it. Why not?
I don't know. My brother-in-law, he's got a massive pea farm as well, and that was.
I say finish the sentence.
Yeah. You gotta make sure you go all the way through with that.
Yeah.
They have some interesting harvesters. They're very similar to a normal harvester, but definitely different. The way they've got like 8 of them for the stuff they do down in southern Ontario.
Oof. That's the full size. I have a
That's a big tractor.
This is gonna be fun to blow up.
That just looks like a normal crop or a group crop harvester almost.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. I'm good. That seems like a lot of work.
There we go. Yep. I don't know anything. How do I get this away? Are we good? Yeah. What are some other? All right. Let me ask you this: 3 things. You get a vehicle, a tool, and a script. 3 things that you want.
Oh boy. Vehicle.
Hit me with vehicle. Don't not worded like that.
I would either go. Let's go with brand name truck. Any brand name trucks. And I personally would rather have like a brand name pickup trucks is fine with me, just so we can have them in game.
Okay. All right.
Tool. Oh boy.
Yeah.
So like, could it be like a tractor equipment?
Yeah. Yeah, or a gooseneck kind of trailer if you want a big Tex or
in base game, because we've got big Tex stuff already. Like Big Tex isn't technically a brand in Farm Sim, though, is it?
No.
Like that'd be a good one, to be perfectly honest. I would love to have Big Tex be part of that. That'd be actually kind of a cool brand to have in for North American market, at least. I think there'd be a lot of people would enjoy that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that's missing that's like in that same vein though. as far as brands go. I mean, we talked about Gleaner. Gleaner's technically already there, I guess.
Yeah.
Caterpillar as well.
Caterpillar would be super cool.
Yeah, I'd be game for that kind of equipment for sure. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Even like we have Komatsu.
Yeah,
Komatsu's in game, but we only have there's no, because Komatsu has a tractor line as well, and we never see that.
Yeah, they have a smaller lineup.
Now,
Manitou
I
has
wonder
smaller
if
tractors.
and this is me with the tinfoil hat on.
Bring it.
Kubota had anything to do with them not being in game potentially, or if there's any reason there.
It does definitely seem like tractors in that realm would be, yeah. I mean, because Manitou was the first side-by-side that we had in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got the John Deere as well, which I think the John Deere, didn't it come?
It came, there
John
was,
Deere?
I think it was with Farm Sim 19, right? Was with
Okay, so the Manitou and the John Deere were base game then.
I thought, wasn't it like a pre-order bonus or something?
I thought so. And then they released another version of it that came with the precision farming.
Yeah.
Anyway,
but I just wondered if Kubota, but with them coming in as DLC, there's like a little bit of a contract or something that's, I know you can't have Komatsu tractors in game until X amount of time, or who knows. I don't know. It's funny we haven't seen a Komatsu tractor. That's all.
Oh yeah, Coyote. There's a Coyote
as well
dealer around here.
Yeah, same up here.
And I never see anybody in the parking lot.
No, I don't think they're extremely popular, but they're an up and coming brand of some sorts, right?
Yeah.
So once again, though, you never see them in game though. I've never even seen a mod of them built. So
yeah,
would be cool. Is there any Komatsu even on third party sites?
So for me, I'm definitely going to have to say either Ford or Chevy/GMC. I think I'm right there with you. Since you took that, then I think I may have to go a step further and say like more branded semi trucks. Having Mack was super cool, but it got old really fast.
Some Peterbilts.
Yes.
That's all it would take. If we had those two added in, that's it. That's all we really like. I would love to have more, of course, but realistically, you have three major brands like that. Look at American Truck Sim. That's their two base brands.
Yeah,
Kenworth, Peterbilt, they're good to go. And then you got Volvo, of course, right? Like, man, that's all the trucks you need in Farm Sim. Totally.
Thanks, Jay. Yeah, let's get my Miata. And then let's see, Tool.
For me, it's course play. If I'm talking scripts, like a follow me or a course play of sorts.
Yeah. See, I could care less about GPS, but I would really dig if they had a better worker system. Imagine like, all right, step back real quick. Giant, listen, I know you're here because you were here last week and didn't say nothing. What if
called out?
What if the GPS system, which is probably not being in the next game, but what if they brought GPS?
It's going to be there. I'm saying right now, it's going to be there.
Had it work with the worker system, so it's all one thing instead of doing like two things, like, oh, I got to enable GPS or how it works, because I don't use that mod. But and then the worker, which I'm very worker friendly. I am, that they hate me, but I like them. What if both were the same? When you hired the worker, it was like, you've just turned on your GPS. Beep, boop, beep. And then did it.
No. Well, separate.
That's not how it works.
Well, I mean, no.
What if that's how it works? That's how I want it to work.
Not necessarily. Like,
it's my perfect fantasy, man. Leave me alone.
I think there's like different. My understanding, like, I know. Well, you can adjust the GPS depending on how you want to run it, right? So it'll tell you when you need to turn around, and then once you get the tractor line back up roughly where you want it, you engage the GPS again. It'll go back on the track you want it, or you can have it do it all for you if you really wanted to. You can say at 10 meters from the edge of this field, spin around and go back the other way. But then the thing I want to be able to do as well is, like, realistically go through my field and have it so that it skips lines, and so you could spin around. We have a larger piece of equipment. You're skipping rows that are equal widths, right? And then so it just makes it more realistic in that sense, and you're not getting bound up on your corners, and then when you can do your headlands afterwards, so that when you're not double planting, which would be kind of a nice realism side of things, right? So you're actually properly planting instead of just quickly going through your field at 60 miles an hour and planting willy-nilly. Not calling anybody out. But yeah, anyways.
Cool. Joke's on you. I do the headland and then off screen I hit F12. So
So the headline just disappears anyways. It's
Yeah,
like,
how
oh, it's
do you
all
think
going
like
straight through?
all right, we're gonna jump on. We're doing the largest field on this map. It's gonna take forever. I'm not gonna bother you guys with that because it's gonna be super boring. But I'll keep you updated. And like the time at the top is ×1 12:18, and the next clip 12:19. We were here for an hour and a half, but we got it done.
I paused the time, guys. I paused the time. Why is all your crops on perfect lines on the bottom? There's no headland. Where'd that headland go that you did?
And you can't even get that close to the edge of the map on that other side. How did you do it with the line going that way?
And then you end up like plowing between two fields, make them two, and then you realize there's like lines in the middle that you didn't plant. Oh, darn it! I forgot.
Yeah. I've gotten in trouble so many times and got caught on Let's Plays trying to do things the easy way. You know, if something's done off screen, who cares if you actually do it? The video is a video. But yeah, like if you're creating your own field and you've like, all right, you know, or you forget, and then it starts growing, you're like, oh, it looks like I missed a spot. Looks like I missed a big spot.
Yeah. Big spot. It's like a big X in the middle of your field where the roads were beforehand before you plowed them together. Yeah, that's great. Not that I ever had that happen to me before.
No. Tell me about this train mod. I don't know if you guys noticed, he released a video a couple hours ago of trains.
Dude, it's awesome. Okay. It is finicky as all get out to begin with. But if you guys are feeling like a little bit of a challenge, but want to have trains in your farm sim, I'm telling you, this mod is kind of where it's at. I think this is pretty cool. Let me see if I can pull this up. I've got a link here. Halman actually put me onto this. I saw it a couple days back. I didn't think too much of it, and I'm like, should I look into this more? I'm like, it sounds kind of. And he's like, you got to look into this. It's pretty good, and he was not wrong. There's a bunch of cool stuff in this thing. Let me just bring this up.
Somebody made me aware of this not long ago as well, and I thought it was super duper cool, but I immediately would turn around and was like, wow, this is PC only, it's third party.
It is. Yeah. It's exactly it. Let me see if I can share my screen here. Present. Boom. But no, it is let's see, can we do that? Looks all right. I think I can do that.
Jamming, man.
And I can see that. Boom. So yeah, done by Jay Wheezy Construction. He's got an itch.io site right here. And I'll just back up one page. He's got a bunch of like construction type mods for PC basically. There's some kind of interesting stuff here if you want to do the construction stuff. I have not messed with his stuff before, to be honest with you. I don't think. This doesn't seem familiar, but like, yeah, laying pipe. Gonna lay some pipe. No? Okay. Come on, DJ. Don't be like that. But there's 3 different packs.
Get back on the rails. Come on.
You've got the railroad locomotives, and it's a whole pack of them. You've got all sorts of locomotives. You've got some Canadian stuff. You've got like little shunters for like inside rail yards. Yeah, there's a bunch of different ones in here. He's done a quite exhaustive. There's even like an Amtrak passenger train, which you can get into as well. Quite a few things, as you can see. Holy, there's more in the pictures I thought. The second pack is the cars. So all sorts of different cars, from cargo, some grain cars, of course, stuff for logs. I'm trying to think. The passenger cars for the Amtrak train, which you can get inside, like I said. What else is there? Yeah, like stuff for, you can put flatbeds on them. You can put the cargo cars from like the DLC, the containers.
Mm-hmm.
So all cool stuff. And then the last pack is the tracks themselves. And there's a pack of, and it just shows up in your decorations folder in the build menu. And it's all like, there's spots where you get just normal tracks, there's corners, and then there's like yards and switch tracks as well, which are just kind of slap down and placeable. They link up okay. So when you're building these things, if you go watch the video I posted today, they link up like fairly well. Like you put down one, and then you just kind of figure out where it is. And you get it close, and it tends to lock in kind of pretty close to where it is. The problem is if you're making like a loop, trying to get it back in, the far side of a track won't necessarily lock into the other side. And it can be a little bit finicky. The other thing is you cannot really have elevation changes with this.
I don't know why I want that on a t-shirt. No evolution.
No evolutions. No, your elevation
Come on, Clamston, let's go.
has to stay the same wherever you put this, because the tracks will not go up and down hills at all. So you really have to work with a flat area, flat map of sorts. And yeah, if you start getting any kind of elevation change, it's really going to start making your life kind of a, well, just go watch the video and you can kind of figure out what happens. But very cool idea that like you have to download a different version of the Easy Dev tools as well. So you can pick up the trains, because even with like Easy Dev Super Strength on, the trains are too heavy to pick up.
Oh.
So he's scripted. He's got the link in his page here.
So the trains
so I can
just
find it.
sit down on the track?
Yeah, so you physically have to pick up the cars, the trains, and put them down on the track. There's one piece of track that's got invisible barricades beside on each side. So you like put the train over top the barricades and it'll kind of settle down into the tracks.
Okay.
And then each train and each car have lockable and unlockable bogies. Like the wheels, they can lock into place, or so they'll be straight, or once you're driving it, you unlock them so they can turn.
Okay.
So every time you need to put it back on the tracks, you just get in, lock them so they're facing forward and locked. Put the train back on like a straight piece of track, and then you're good to go again.
So
the problem is you always forget to unlock the bogies, and as soon as you hit a corner, you go straight through it. And that goes for the cars or the train. So like I said, it's pretty finicky. Like and if you're going at all at speed on sharp corners, of course you're done for. It's
yeah. Regular trailers do this too, and I know because the Let's Play coming out tomorrow. At the very end of the video, I had a tandem set of trailers, and one of them was just like every time I would take a turn, it would like get a little closer to the tractor. I'm like, what is going on? I was like, oh, I got the axle locked.
Yeah, that's it though. But you got a train of potentially how many cars you put behind you, and then if you forget to unlock one of the bogies on one of those trains, all of a sudden that car is just gonna go straight through a corner on you. I'm
definitely going to be pulling up your video after this live stream.
Yeah. So, anyways, it's a really cool mod. I really like where this is the start of this once again. If you could make it, if they could find a way to make it so that the tracks lock in a little bit better, will make life so much easier. But I mean, you could build, if you have a nice flat farm. I'm just thinking like Western Wilds would be a great map for it, where you build a farm on one side, you want to ship everything. Build your own track from your farm or whatever it might be across the map, and you could use that to ship all your stuff when you're ready. I mean, it's expensive. Like a train goes for like $1.5 million.
Yeah.
The tracks are, for like a 500 meter section of track, I think it's $50,000. Like it's not cheap to build it, but it could be. I don't know. I think I could see some people doing some pretty cool stuff with this. And if you want to do. Even like I'm kind of curious on a server how it would run in multiplayer. I don't see why it would be a problem, but I might have to test that out. But once again, the flat part is the biggest issue that you're going to run into, is trying to get it. And it will, like, obviously, like when you put down the tracks, it will try to level the ground out where you put them down.
Okay.
But if you have any spots where the elevation is messed up, you're going to be in all sorts of trouble.
Evolution.
Anyways, it's pretty cool though. I'm pretty neat mod. I have to admit. I haven't tried, like they show this one picture here right off the bat. I want to try this actually. Add a stream. Where is that? There it is. Where they have like multiple engines hooked up, and I wonder if you get more power from that. My video, I only tried it with the one single shunter, which was like the lowest power, and I couldn't get I had 5 cars full of grain, and I'm like getting to like 40 miles an hour, and it felt like I was going to run itself off the rails. But wonder what? You get more of those. Might be interesting. I don't know.
I'm gonna see copy, and then a little pasty Reno here.
Thanks, farm boy.
So there you go. If you guys want to check that out,
links in the description of that video too. If you guys are looking for this video on PC, you can get the link for that mod right in the description. It's free. Give it a shot. Go watch the video. Drop a like. Say what up and down in the comments.
Yep. Smash the subscribe button.
Smash the comments.
Yep.
Is that what you say nowadays?
Smash the comments.
Smash the comments.
Yeah.
Man, I'm cool.
So cool. We're so hip with what's going on right now. The world is so fly, you know what I mean?
There is some other maps we could talk about there, but unfortunately it sounds like they're PC only.
We could talk about Monette seeds real quick if you wanted to.
I am pretty excited about that.
I
Now, is
am
that going to be
as well.
all platforms, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he usually is, right?
Yep.
His stuff is usually all platforms. I've had about 20 minutes to mess around with it quickly. You did a review on it.
Yeah, I've had a couple hours to play on it at this point. It is very neat, and I love the fact that everything's a placeable in the game.
Yeah.
So like all of the crazy stuff, if you don't want anything that makes it unique like that and just delete all that stuff, you can. And there's 0 required mods, so everything is part of the map, and it's 511 megabytes. It may go up or down a little bit before release, but I mean that's pretty cheap.
I
Pretty
can't
cheap.
argue with you. There's something that well, Lancey does this as well at Mapper's Paradise, like the little I don't know, you didn't, I think you said you didn't do it, but like the little
yeah.
treasure hunt at the start.
Yeah, I hadn't done it yet.
I just, there's something about guys that make little extra things. So right at the start there's a sign that'll give you information on how to start doing a treasure map or a treasure hunt if you want on the map.
Yep.
And I don't know, it's cool. Like when people do little things like that, like Alien Jim was another one that used to do stuff like that all the time, right?
Yeah, I think he was definitely the OG of making maps very unique when it came to that.
Yeah. I don't know. I just love when guys do little bits like that. And that's a great one to do right off the bat, especially. It's like, if you want to, I don't know. I don't know how you guys play your maps, but me personally, I like to like look around the map to even see if I want to play it to start with. And that's a good way to start. Like you load in, it's like, okay, well, guess what? Here's a little thing you can do and try and look around this map. And these are all the key points. Basically, is what it's telling you to do, right? Find these key points in this map.
Yep. Yeah.
So
I don't even know what the first one said something about. I'm assuming it's hockey is what it's referring to. But I have
I'm not
no
going to
idea.
give anything away. I know exactly where they are, but yeah.
Cool. Well, just tell me because I don't want to figure it out on my.
Nope. You can. It'll take you 5 minutes.
I don't
Pitter
have
patter.
five- I don't have
Pitter
5
patter,
minutes.
DJ.
I don't have 5 minutes.
Anyways, pretty cool map. That's all I can say. I'm not telling you where it is though.
All right. Anyway,
I'm not gonna tell you where it is.
It is very cool. And the placeables are nice. I mean, if you wanted to make half the map fields and the other half productions and just have that, the seed thing is kind of neat too. So you can make your own seeds.
Yeah.
You use them or sell them. It's very cool.
Another map, Loma, Montana. Which I can't speak.
This is the one from the guy,
The one from the guy.
right?
The one from the guy.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
Cool. No Creek Farms.
Yes. You
Yep.
got it. The one from the guy. You got it.
Yeah. Sorry, man.
I think 4B was out showing a preview of it the other day. I had a copy of it. I think you have a copy of it. It is very Montana-esque. Like it's and it's not even a complaint. I do look at that when you first pop in. There's not a lot of trees, I find. So it's like, I don't know. You're so used to getting maps. I find right now it seems like where it's very green and lush, and this one feels very Montana. It's like Welker's, like that same, almost like a sepia type of tone almost throughout. And like that's just how it looks in real life. But lots of terrain to do different elevation changes, right? You got the plateaus on both sides of the riverbed, small town site. Nice looking map though. Really excited to see this one. PC only, of course. But yeah, I'm gonna be playing some more on this one, I think, in the future for sure. I know I've had some people messaging me on that one, so we'll see.
There you go. And if you want to see something soon, Farm Some Guys got not only a video but also a live stream. The video is 46 minutes long, and
He went through it, did he?
Yeah, and his live stream's 2 hours and 8 minutes. We got some gifted memberships. What's going on?
Nice work.
Hey, Martin.
Way to go, buddy. Appreciate you.
Getting 5 gifted DJ Go Ahead memberships. See who got them? Who got them? We got Jay, Cheryl, DJ Moose, William Rhodes, and Michael Sims. What up? What up? What up?
Nice. Farm some freak.
Thank
Nice.
you.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you.
Do I have a toothpaste tractor on here? I don't know what these buttons do. I'm actually terrified to hit them.
Probably don't do it then.
Missed it.
Made a clapping noise. Weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what these are. Where's my app? I don't know if they're inappropriate or not because I like playing with the. That's the worst part. It's like, are they appropriate or?
Thanks for the biddies, buddy. Appreciate you. Whoa, what is that?
That was the first one.
Appreciate you, dude. I missed the first one somewhere. Why?
I don't know.
Why is that even recorded?
I don't know what's the second one. I remember that one. Hang on. Let's hang on. All right, so I had to change things here, but so this is the one where I've got all the stuff pre-recorded. What's it here? Oh,
Oh, we made that song. That's right. I forgot about this. If you are listening on the podcast right now, I do apologize for just the audio version. I mean, you know what? I apologize to all you having to listen to this, but anyways. So is it like after Taco Bell when you had too much Taco Bell the day before? Or is that what the sound after was?
I don't remember. I don't have toothpaste tractor on here though, so that's a thing. I guess that's on the other one.
Darn, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways, Loma Montana is coming out. I don't know what the date is for the release on that, the official release.
Not quite sure.
Yeah, I have no idea. It looks like an interesting map. It's big. There's lots of wide open areas that you're not going to use, but it's just authentic, I guess, in that sense. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Anyways, check it out. Check out the guys that have been posting stuff on it. Farm Some Guy, 4B Gaming. Go take a look. It's an interesting map if you're into like big field Montana farming, especially if you want some authentic looking maps stuff. Take a look at what they got coming out.
Yeah, I probably won't be doing anything with it.
I'm not surprised. It's PC only, right?
Yeah.
And it will not be in the mod hub. I don't think. I can't see it on the mod hub.
According to YouTube, we dropped. According to YouTube, we dropped 70 viewers while I was making those noises.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
Yeah, but it we jumped back up to. Oh no! Now the little valley went away. It did go down a little bit though. Dropped down a few.
So not only dropped your Taco Bell, you dropped viewers. Good times. Ugh.
What is that sound?
I don't even want to know.
Would that have been it?
No, not even close.
Sounds illegal. I know.
Cat herding has begun.
I mean, we are exactly 1 hour into the show. That's usually when it happens.
Do you want to talk about any mods that released today quickly, or this week, I should say?
Man,
is there anything to even talk about?
There's really nothing to talk about. I did think that the MAN truck that released yesterday is pretty cool. There's a lot that we have that are not pretty cool. This one's pretty cool. It's also got German firefighter liveries on it. MAN is a German truck. It's not an American truck.
Yeah.
Or European.
There are a few over here, though. They've made some strides in North America, to be fair.
That's cool. I love that. I mean, the super modern styling on the trucks, and they have had super modern styling for a while. I like the European trucks. But this one's cool. It's got yellow or amber strobes and amber beacons.
Yeah.
But if you choose one of the liveries for it, it'll change them to blue because the firefighter colors for Germany at least are blue.
Cool.
So it changes them automatically, which is kind of neat. Somewhere in Lower Bavaria. All right.
Oh, here we go.
So I've noticed a very, very terrible trend that should not be popular. And it is first-time map makers releasing maps with multiple required mods. And I know why you're doing it, because you don't know how to make the other stuff. Don't worry, I don't either. That's why I use mods, because I don't know how to make them. But don't make me download them. Let me use the ones I want. Don't make me download 25.
It's a lot.
25. And they're not saving that much space at 419 megabytes. It would be like 450 megabytes if we downloaded 25 other mods.
There's a ton of mods there. In fact, hang on a sec.
So I have seen some very neat ideas when it comes to maps, but you making me download all these required mods. We had 24 mods released that day.
That's crazy.
And one of those 24 had 25 required mods. It sucks. Nobody likes it.
That's look at the
And
list of required mods for this. That's
And I'm-
crazy.
And it's not like one-sided either. There's a lot of different stuff in there. Bernie SCS has got a few things in there, but that's just because his stuff's really good.
Yeah.
He does deserve it.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah.
Omatana's got the open air
Yeah.
gardens, right?
So sometimes I complain because it's just DMI buildings.
And I'm just downloading it right now because I hit the button. Darn it.
But like I want first time map makers to do well. Think if Oxygen David, who I think a lot of us hold in high regard of being one of the greatest, if not the greatest map creators in Farming Simulator. Imagine the first map that he released. That nobody knew who he was, and he had 25 required mods. It would ruin his reputation before it even got started. So I don't want mappers to be ruining the reputations before it even gets started. Knock it off with the required mods. If your map sucks, then it sucks on its own, and don't use a bunch of other mods to make it better. Let the players do that. Ugh.
I'm just thinking, like, so there's no way for you, like, what I guess you would need permissions from the other modders to put their mods into a map without making it a required mod in that sense, right? Like, you build it in so it's part of the map.
Right.
Can you do you need permission for that, or can you just do that if it's in the mod hub?
You need permission to do that if you're going to make it part of your map, or part of your, if you're going to make that mod part of your map, you have to have permissions, because then you don't get the downloads.
Yeah.
That other modder. That was the issue with that. Was it the French map that came out? That was removed because of a wall.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was a mod.
I don't think we
They
did a
didn't-
show that week. But yeah, they
Yeah.
used like a brick wall, like a fence wall.
Yeah.
They used one of those in a map that was a mod, and they didn't give permissions or anything like that.
Okay.
But can they do it and allow me to redo the farmyard? Exactly. Like, there's so many things that make maps good. The problem is, I say the problem is, I was about to be one-sided on my argument, and it would have been unfair. Map makers generally only make what they want. They don't care about you. They just want to get a bunch of downloads and play the map that they want. And no offense, sometimes this works. Sometimes it doesn't work. For example, there's some people that just want what they want. Let's say there's somebody who wants to make a unrealistic mod for PlayStation 4. Obviously, it comes to PlayStation 4, comes to all the consoles, but maybe it's something wild and crazy, like a big tractor that goes super fast, or maybe a combine harvester that holds, 5 million liters. And they're not doing it for everybody else, they're doing it for them. But it turns out it's really popular, because that's a popular thing that a lot of people want. But then you do this, which is also very unpopular. So maybe this person made this map just for themselves so they could play it on their PlayStation, and that's cool. But knock it off.
I'm somewhat indifferent, I guess, but
Well, and this is the thing too. Most PC players don't care.
no, I'm so used to it because half the big maps that I play on they're not required mods. You can play the map without them, but most of the time you're going to want to have to see what they had planned for those areas, right? So they throw in a mod pack that you can just download as a zip file and throw it in, and you're good to go. It doesn't matter. And that's how I feel about it. I'm like, okay, well, that's fine.
Yeah. But I don't think that required mods should be allowed. I think if you're going to put something in, then you should have to have special permissions and this and that. You're helping these other modders like Bernie SCS with a just bug. Leave it alone. You're helping them with downloads. They're getting downloads, yes, but they're getting downloads because the map maker thought that their building fit perfectly in this area or whatever it may be. And don't get me started on Gwendol or whatever his name is, who uses his own custom bureau on every map. You're getting cheap downloads, you know you're doing it. It should be illegal. DJ, knock it off. May 2024. Yeah. No, but I've just got so many, but I don't make the rules. It's a personal opinion, but it
is interesting because I don't. Yeah, you're having this discussion. I've never really thought too much about it. I really don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me at all. So what? I have to download this
Yeah.
If it saved me space on my hard drive, then it would make a difference to me. But generally, I don't think it makes a difference at all, does it?
Right. Yeah, I mean, if I've got usually 1 terabyte main drives on all the computers, and I never run out of space. I know it's just
I know.
a terabyte, but like the only game installed on these computers, other than one of them, is Farm Sim.
So your big hang up on this though is that they're getting free downloads for these other mods that they're putting in there. That's the big, like, people are kind of cheesing the system that way as far as downloads go.
So maybe if they put, like, for example, all of DMI, which, by the way, DMI just released a DLC. I don't know if you've seen this, if you heard about this. The quality of that DLC mimics the type of mods that they've put out, aka nothing with a script. They added script mods for the first time in a DLC. Not the time to do it. It's a new opinion I have this week.
Richard Bridgen on that to change the title of your title there.
It's not the time to do it.
I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Yeah. Also,
yeah,
the main reason, because this is cheap downloads, yes, but imagine the PlayStation or Xbox player that a brand new map comes out and it's something they want. It's something that's been talked about for a while and they want it, and they have to delete, let's say, 15 or 20 of their other mods in order to download this, because they'll have enough room for the map but don't have enough room for all the extra mods that it brings in. They're never going to use those other mods on anything else anyway. Most people don't play on the same map every single day. Usually they'll have 2 or 3 different series they play. And then on top of that, maybe some of the other mods they deleted, you can't get back. There was a deleted map that somebody had, and they complained to my videos. They said, I had this map, but I had to delete it and I didn't know it was removed, and now I can't get it back ever again, because they wanted to try this.
Sounds like you need more hard drive space.
No, it's an allocation space. It's a giant software issue, but giant software can only take as much as they're allowed to take. They can't just allot more space. And other games don't have mods, so it's not a problem other games have. It's very specialized when it comes to Farming Simulator,
I guess.
And it's so irritating. Quit screwing people over with terrible maps that you used 1 million of their mods for to make your map better. It wasn't good to begin with. Sorry.
I mean, and once again, I'll push back a bit against that, as I think some people, as far as map makers go, are good at making terrain, like editing terrain and making the base of what a map looks like, but are not good at building 3D textures of a building. Like that, I understand that. And you're like, oh, you know what? I really cannot build a nice farmhouse. So here's the one I would like to have on this. Now, the argument can be said, go talk to the map, that mod maker, and get permissions, because 99% of the time, I'm sure the mod maker would be like, yeah, go ahead, use my house in your map. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. Let me flip something at you real quick.
All right.
It's exactly the same thing that you just said.
Yeah.
But with a different point of view.
Yeah.
I could literally do what that person could do in the build mode.
Yes, but then the whole map's not completed. But you're gonna have to do it yourself.
Right. But I'm not making a map. I'm editing terrain that could have started as flat terrain. What makes one more special than the other? What the map maker is doing is not special. So they don't deserve to have that building they want to make it look the best, because they're going to throw it up and publish it. No.
I understand, but I think still there are some people that can make a map, like the way the fields lay into a map and the road systems, like that. There is a huge component, more so than the buildings that are placed in it, to me. Right. Like on making what a map feels realistic or not, or whether it's a map I want to play. And if you're crappy at 3D modeling and making the actual buildings,
that's fine. Then put the base.
That's like I understand. That's fine. So I have in that sense, I don't have a problem with someone putting someone else's mods in there for their farm buildings. That doesn't bother me as a third. And they're still attributing it. It's just, and that person's actually getting downloads for it. Especially like if you make it, I don't know.
Yeah,
if you're using the right buildings, it's using it to augment your map, and you're still getting credit to those people. Why not? I don't understand. I don't know. I don't have as big of a problem with it as you do, I guess.
I have so much of a problem, as a matter of fact, that when these maps are released, I complain to Giants immediately.
I get it.
Yeah.
And I like equipment, 100%. I agree. There should be no DLC. Like the equipment, yeah, no, or not DLC, but mods. Like no, don't make me add those in. But as far as like buildings go,
yeah,
I'm okay with it. I think. I don't think that's a big deal in my mind, at least. Like to have an extra file that you got to put in. That's all right.
I don't like that you have to go download more.
You don't like hitting that extra button to say download these mods?
Well, no, it's not just that. It's forcing people to download something that they're never going to use.
But if they're going to play that map, they're going to use it.
Yeah. But what if they just wanted to try it out? Now they've got all these maps. And when I delete the map, those mods don't delete either.
You're right. That is frustrating. I do agree.
Yeah.
That is. I understand what you're saying, and I would rather have it so they weren't that way. But at the same token, it doesn't.
Let me now say this, and let's see if you believe me or if you think it's circumstantial.
Yeah.
If you have never ever released a map before on Mod Hub, no matter if it's a brand new game and you got 1,000 maps,
yeah,
you should not be allowed to use required mods if it's your first map. Ever. Because you don't know what you're doing. You have no idea what you're doing.
Then the same thing could be said, should someone be allowed to get permissions from another modder and to put their buildings on their map? What's the difference?
I think that would be okay, but I shouldn't have to download it as a separate mod.
That's what I'm saying, though. If you're going to ban one, you have to do both. Then you have to say both, right?
Yeah.
If that's what your reasoning is, you'd have to say, yeah, you know what? Since you're the first time map maker, you got to do everything on your own. Nothing can be from somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, regardless if it's built in, if it's pre-baked, or if it's DLC, or if it's a required mod.
Yeah, I think everything should be able to be completely deleted. I think every map, everything on the map should be able to be completely deleted.
I 100% agree with that.
Somebody posted this, so I agree with you 100%. But I think everything should be able to be deleted. That remove objects mod on PC, oh, love it. One in Beth 12, yeah, man. Dude, I got it.
I had to use it in my train video today. On that video today to get rid of a fence line.
I just press down on this stick. On the right
delete
stick,
stuff, does it?
Because I can move with my left stick, and I press down on the right one, and it just deletes the thing. So, yeah, I just think there's a lot of things now. Again,
it's an interesting discussion to have. I have to admit, like I never thought too much about this before, but
I'm a YouTuber who makes videos. Yes, I do reviews. I try not to give things grades, but sometimes if things are stinky, they're stinky. And it's not always a good idea to tell somebody they have they did a good job if they did not do a good job. That doesn't help anybody grow.
Did you get it?
Come on. How? I've hit it every time. I'm so afraid it's going to fall. Flew right past me like. Anyway, so I'm not a map maker, but I see a lot of what goes into maps. I see a lot of the hard work that these map makers that do all of their custom builds, like Bullet Bill, Oxygen David, guys like that, who are actually trying to make their stuff differently. But I think everything should be deletable. I think if you've got a map, you should be able to delete some stuff.
100%, especially with multiplayer. Like I think more people than ever play multiplayer maps now. And I even if you look at the base maps, Elm Creek, you had the one main farm that you got to start with, but there was these 4 other farms that you could kind of be a multiplayer farm on, but the buildings were absolutely useless on all of them, and you couldn't delete any of them. It was brutal. I was just like, Giants, if you guys are watching, like that's that's like a huge thing that needs to change for your map making guys. Make it so you can delete the buildings, especially because you guys even advertised that it was, well, there's a map with 4 other farms you can play multiplayer with. Those farms all sucked. Like they looked nice, but they were unusable, and you couldn't delete stuff. Just change that. That's easy. That's not a big deal. Just fix that. So you delete them, and we can put what we want there. Anyways,
maybe a way to remove trees a little bit easier, like in the build mode. Like a delete objects mod, but in the build mode.
Yeah,
That would
that would
be
be
very
probably
beneficial.
pretty smart too. Yeah, delete. So the trees will be deleted. So you don't have to go cut them
Yeah.
down and then grind the stump off. Or
Yeah, because I mean, think you don't have to, hire a demolition crew to delete a building that you put down, right?
exactly.
So it's like, oh, where we draw the line at trees.
We've got to save those trees.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I think what we're trying to get.
All I hear is Greta Thunberg right now. How dare you?
Yeah. Watch me do it again. I think at the end of the day, what we're trying to get at the most, where we may not agree on the ways to get to it, we're still trying to get to a point where this is the most perfect way that this could possibly be.
Yeah.
And nothing else could make it better at this specific stage. And there's so much that goes into it too. There's
There
so
is.
much to learn, and with games as well, you can't just do a thing.
Yeah.
When you do one
Farm Sim
thing,
19 was the first time we could build a farm.
yeah,
Right? Like before that, whatever the map maker decided to put into that map, that's what you were playing on. You weren't changing it.
and you couldn't sell the fields before then either. Good luck. You bought
Yeah.
a field and you didn't like it. Hopefully you saved beforehand.
Yeah, you're stuck, right? So that's it. I mean, and to be perfectly honest, the start of 19 was pretty bad for farm building. Like we've come leaps and bounds from where
Didn't
this
even
started.
It didn't even exist.
Well, you could place down buildings, but
Yeah.
it would wreck the terrain all around it, and you couldn't adjust any of the
Well,
terrain.
We did. You had a viral video at the beginning of Farm Sim
Yeah.
19, didn't you? Like
Yeah, it
terrain
was like
editing.
how to flatten terrain by using a shed. Like you take the biggest shed and you use it like a stamp and like flatten a whole section of land out. That was my video of me flattening all of Ravenport out so you could make a farm on like a spot where you wanted. It was trash, to be honest. Looking back at it now, I'm like, oh man, who would have done that? And I'm like, this guy did it.
I did a whole video on how to bury your truck in sand, so don't feel too bad.
Because I think I did. We were doing like playoffs on like role play kind of back and forth in videos. Yeah.
Actually, I think with the sand one, didn't you help me? Or maybe you were
I
the one
think I
that
made
showed me
you
how to
do it
do
or
it.
something. I can't remember what it was. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go steal your truck in my video and steal it. Just didn't. And you're like, oh, well, now I got to figure out how to do this.
Right. Gosh, did you set up a bus route on Mercury Farms and
I
Farms
did.
17?
And then I had all the Christmas trees or something on it. I can't remember what it was. I
Yeah.
messed with you a little bit.
Gosh. Anyway, so what we're trying to do is find a way to get to the most perfect way. We got a lot of junk that's watering down everything right now. Yeah.
That's exactly it.
It's like the economy for Grand Theft Auto from when it started. Like the coolest thing was $1 million, and now you can't buy a Honda Civic for anything less than 10 million. And
Sell a pallet of eggs. Do they good?
yeah. Whereas at the beginning of Farming Simulator 22, only certain mods, it seemed, were being accepted. Whereas now it seems like almost anything can be accepted if it can pass testing in the 3-month waiting period. Mr. Grumpy Hand. Yeah, it's something I'm passionate about, and I'm tired of being the guy that says, "Oh, this is so cool." It's not. Most of us not.
I look hungover. I'm
Leave
tired.
Klutch alone.
I've been under the weather the last couple of days. I'm not gonna lie, guys, which explains the caterpillar on top of my face right now as well.
Yeah, those do grow if you don't feel good in Canada.
That's what happens. This is
Yeah.
from 2.5 hours ago. That's what happened.
To be fair, it did look a lot thicker 2 hours ago. I don't know what that means.
I don't like when you talk about how thick things are around me. Anyways,
Anyway, if you disagree with me, which I'm sure there's some people that do, please don't let me tell you the way to think. You should tell me that the way I think is wrong, and this is why, and that.
I want to see you leg wrestle with everybody that disagrees with you, DJ.
You want to see me leg wrestle?
Leg wrestle.
You know what I'm gonna say. Put your legs behind your head.
We don't put legs behind our head, DJ. It's arms behind our back,
Arms,
not legs
that's-
behind our head.
Right, not legs. It's the
This
arms.
is the wrong format, wrong channel.
Yeah. Anyway, no, I think that escalated quickly. Yeah. So I just, well, the best game, I wanted to be the most fair, and I don't think a Dutch shed should have to get downloaded 1 million times to get 1 million views from other maps that nobody wants it.
But what if it was Polish? Then would you be okay with it?
I'm past that at this point. Now it's just all centered around DMI. They poke their head out of the turtle shell and cause problems. Now it's all about
Keep
them.
your turtle shells to yourself. Anyways,
I did used to complain about a lot of Polish stuff. However, I have met quite a few modders that are in Poland.
Okay.
Oh, did you know Sid Modding and JHHG are Polish?
I did.
Yep. Did you know that Custom Modding is South American, Brazilian?
I didn't know it was Brazilian. I knew it was South American. Now I know it's Brazilian. That's good to know.
Yep.
Probably not going to remember that.
Yep. And did you know that VF is from the UK?
I'm pretty sure that I knew that. Yeah. Pretty sure.
Yep.
Did you want to go through any more nationalities, or are we good?
I don't know anything else about anyone else.
How about Legacy? He's right there.
Legacy AG does stuff. Yeah.
Legacy AG does something.
Does stuff. I don't know.
You don't want to talk about? He put some mods out this week, didn't he?
Yeah.
Was that last week?
Last week. Yeah. Because he thanked or 2 weeks ago maybe.
They're a lot better sheds that are in the DLC. You might want to go check those out. Just saying.
There were a lot of really good comments on the map, by the way. The Monet Seeds map. If you get a minute and just want to make you just feel better about yourself.
I always want to do that, but okay.
Yeah, just go read some of the comments. Most of the comments are actually not talking about how good the map is. Most of them are comparing it to the DLC and how much that people would have actually rather paid for the map than the DLC. Oh man.
Well, you can send a little dono over for the train stuff. I saw someone put a post about that. If you don't want the DLC, there you go.
82. That's his lead moderator, by the way.
Alex, yeah. That's work, Alex.
Killing me. He's actually he's not. He's Spanish. From Spain. From España. Took me a second, sorry. And I'm just some ignorant American. There we are. I hope that this was a fun podcast about nothing. I figured we would just rant for an hour and a half, and it seemed to work.
We had the big announcement at the start.
Yep, the big announcement.
Go back and if you just jump it in, go check out the announcement at the start. Watch it through. You'll find the announcement.
Yep, it will be obvious.
Yep.
Got any cool videos this weekend?
Well, I mean, this one. I got him.
If you don't know, we do replays the day or two after this releases. Every other show is on the other person's channel.
Yeah.
And it's easy to know which person's channel it is because they're the one that's on the left.
Is that how it works? I didn't even know this. I don't control that.
I switch it. I told you, I only do one thing as I do this.
No idea.
So yeah. And did you also know that we could do this? We could do this. You ain't even here for this one. You can do this.
I don't know if you know what buttons you're pushing.
I'm pushing all kinds of buttons. So anyway, let us know about stuff in the comments, and we will let you know about stuff in future videos. I got 3 videos this weekend. Sounds like you have 1.
No, there's a couple this week. Those should be 2 this weekend.
Awesome. Go check out the train video. Super cool. I haven't watched it, but I will.
It should.
And I don't know what I'm having for dinner.
I'll figure it out. We do have, like I said, the huge announcement, of course, right?
Right at the beginning of the stream.
Yeah.
So,
but there is that announcement. We have to make sure you guys go take care of that. And if you missed it, let me just give you a preview with the announcement.
Thank you to G-Portal for sponsoring this episode of the Farm Sim Show podcast. They host premium game servers for Farming Simulator 22 that work on PC, Xbox, and PlayStation. Klutch and I have both been working with them for the past few years, and they have hosted our public and private game servers ever since. If you're looking for an easy way to play multiplayer with your friends, this is the best way to do it. G-Portal servers allow you to have full control over your game, what mods are installed, permissions, and the game can be available 24/7. For Farm Sim 22, they've got a few different server options from 4 players all the way up to 16, and you can get an extra 25 gigabyte of mod space. Choose between 9 different server locations around the world to host your game, and you're ready to go. If you're interested in grabbing a game server for you and your friends, use the link for Klutch or myself at the top of the description and get 10% off all G-Portal game servers right now. Again, thank you to G-Portal for sponsoring this episode of the Farm Sim Show podcast.
show, baby. The Sim Show.
Sir, put your legs behind your head! Please! Why? Listen, I'm not very flexible. Leave me alone. I'm not either. I saw somebody in the comments are like, you put your legs behind your head, DJ. I can't. Nobody wants to see you with your legs behind your head. That just sounds disturbing. But I'm sure some people would pay to see me try. Okay, but actually, never mind. I take that back. I kind of want to watch that now. It's just once you get to the end, you're like, ooh, I regret this decision. I really didn't need to see that. Yeah, people thought my OF was just like, you know, that kind of stuff. No, it's just me like trying to like stretch and cooking or something. I made sandwiches. Sandwiches are good. You know, I had so much chocolate for lunch today. You should probably cut back on the chocolate if you want to try to keep putting your legs behind your head. That's not going to help you. No, it's fine. Just buy a bigger t-shirt. I don't think the t-shirt's going to be the problem. It's the tight pants. No, I wear gym shorts. It's fine. It's fine. You're just trying to smuggle some sausages in those gym shorts? Is that what you're doing? Ain't nobody smuggling nothing in these pants. A sausage smuggler. I see how it is. I see how it's. You know what? It's okay. We all have our things we get into. It's okay. But speaking of smuggling, there's this TV show, right? It's Canadian Border Patrol. And there's one for New Zealand. There's also one for Australia. Anyway, you would not believe all the stupid stuff people try to fly with. It's insane. It's so good. I'm gonna go watch it. Oh yeah, and the Jeremy Clarkson TV show. Clarkson's Farm. Just season 3 came out today. Go watch it. I thought you were gonna hit a red button there and stop everything. You're just gonna be yelling randomly at things. I was kind of confused. These buttons are so stupid. What was this one again? Yeah, but it worked one time. That one day it worked. You guys, I'm so sorry. Ugh.